Jungkook, Sungkook, and Soha settled on the dining table. Jungkook sat politely yet romantically, trying to show Soha who he belonged to. Seonggang smiled fondly at him, passing over the bowl filled with roasted peanuts and beef. Soha gritted her teeth and focused on her plate. Hearing Jungkook's words, Seonggang coughed and her eyes got widened. Jungkook immediately passed her the glass of water and rubbed her back gently. She blinked rapidly and shook her head quickly. She blurted out with a tight voice, cleaning her throat afterwards. Jungkook turned to Soha with a smirk on his face. Seonggang flustered at his word and looked down to her plate. Soha was burning in rage and jealousy. Why was Songhong always with Jungkook? Did he make Songhong feel loved? Songhong always liked his attention. Jungkook raised his eyebrows and looked at Songhong. Jungkook held her hand and kissed back of it. He placed another kiss back of her hand. Seunggang sat being shy and embarrassed. Sangha hid her face in her hand, muttering a quiet. Jungkook laughed at her cuteness while Soha scoffed. Jungkook suggested standing up. Sad Soha, added Songhong. Said Jungkook while turning towards Songhong. He winked at her, turning his attention to Soha. Jungkook walked to the living room while Soha followed him. Seunggang mumbled under her breath, picking up the dishes. Seunggang stopped her as Soha entered. Soha warned her as she stared straight into her eyes. Seunggang nodded. Soha mumbled and headed out. Seunggang hoofed out as she continued cleaning. After cleaning, Seunggang walked to the living room. Seunggang asked as she placed a tray of juice on the table. She smirked after attacking her, not caring about Jungkook's reaction. Jungkook clenched his jaw and glared at Soha. Jungkook yelled as he stood up. Sungwook clamped before grabbing his hand. Jungkook took a deep breath and shook his head. He said sternly, he looked back to Soha. He demanded. Jungkook added. He added coldly. Soha whispered as Jungkook shifted his attention to Songhong. Songhong shook her head. Jungkook smiled as he stepped close to her before placing his lips on hers. Songhong tries to push him away, but he stopped her when Jungkook pulled her more closer to him. Their bodies moved closer until their chests touched each other's. Jungkook broke the kiss and gazed down at her lovingly before pulling her closer again, wrapping his arm around her. Jungkook sat quietly and buried his face in her neck. Jungkook nodded and picked her in his arms. He grinned as he carried her upstairs to their bedroom. He replied cheerfully.